The GameCube is one of those consoles that people really get attached to. Perhaps because it was kind of an underdog in its heyday, or maybe the nostalgia, but people still will not shut up about this damn thing. Every game series apparently peaked on the GameCube. Ooh, best Zelda. Ooh, best Mario Sports. And of course, we all know what I'm getting at. Melee! However, the GameCube Mario Kart is what we're talking about today. Is Mario Kart Double Dash the best Mario Kart? Let's find out. Wow. So these are GameCube discs. These are small. Looks like a cookie.
Don't eat the game, man. Those things are like $80 each on eBay.
Well, it's a GameCube game, so ReviewBot, I'm gonna need to use you.
Professor, are you aware that using the optical drive for GameCube games will disable my consciousness for the duration of the time the game is being utilized?
Yeah, I guess. It won't be too long.
But you can just use the Wii to play GameCube games.
I mean, yeah, I could, but then I'd have to get the Wii all set up.
Please, can you just, in good nature,
Just for a
not do
bit.
that? The feeling...
Alright, time to get started.
Wait, you're not playing GameCube on a flat screen, are you?
Yeah, why not?
Dude, it's a retro console. You gotta use a CRT.
I don't have one. Look, I'll set the TV settings to 4x3.
Nope, disgusting.
Oh, grow up. Be glad I'm not using interpolation. So the main thing about this game is how each car has two riders. That's kinda why it's called Double Dash. It's kinda interesting how no Mario Kart game since this one ever brought back this concept. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe brought back the double item boxes and two items feature, but have still remained single carts since 2003. It's an interesting gameplay concept, and you can even play two-player and have one player drive and one player hold and throw items. But you can't aim the items or anything, so I don't know why you wouldn't want to just have your own separate cart. I guess that's the kind of thing you do with your younger siblings, where it's just a step above giving them an unplugged controller and telling them they're playing. Hey Joe, you want to play some Double Dash?
Are you just gonna make me the item bitch again?
Maybe. There's also battle mode and versus mode, which are for whatever reason multiplayer only. No bots and no way to play with more than 4 players. While you can play up to 16 players with LAN adapters and multiple GameCubes, you can only play 4-player battle mode. Why? I have no idea. That being said, Bob-omb Blast is one of my favorite battle modes in the whole franchise, and honestly that alone makes this game worth playing. However, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe finally brought the mode back. There's not too much to say about battle mode in this game, and I mainly want to talk about Grand Prix mode. A common complaint I've heard people say about Double Dash is its controls feeling loose. I also ran into this issue, but I eventually realized I was just playing the game wrong. You see, most of you are probably playing this the same way you play Mario Kart 8 or the other games where you can move the control stick all the way from one side to steer, but that's not actually what you want to do. You want to move it gently depending on how hard of a turn you want to do, kind of like a real steering wheel would. Basically, get good, skill issue, that kind of thing. While I'm not going to say there's no slipperiness at all to the controls, it isn't as bad as some people like to say it is. One aspect of this game is the special items. Each set of characters has their own unique items and you can mix and match. The Mario Bros have fireballs. I personally just found these to be slightly better green shells. Peach and Daisy have a heart that allow you to absorb most items used against you, and then you can use said item. So like if you hit a banana, you grab it and then you can throw the banana. While this is a good item, it always felt like it rarely shows up enough to truly be viable. Yoshi and Birdo have an egg that home in on items like a red shell, and upon collision they cause 3 items to land on the track. I honestly like this item a lot and I think it's a great upgrade to the red shell. Bowser and Junior have a giant Koopa shell. This thing I never found to be too big of a threat, but it works great for crowd control. Donkey and Diddy Kong have a giant banana that breaks into smaller bananas after being hit. On some courses, this thing is flat out broken because it takes up so much space that it can be unavoidable on some parts of the track. The Baby Mario Bros have a chain chomp. In my opinion, it's basically just like the Bullet Bill in future Mario Kart games, however this one can break off if items hit it. A decent item, but not the best of the specials. Wario and Waluigi have the Bob-omb, which works just like the Bob-omb in other Mario Kart games. I always never found the bomb to be that effective in any of the Mario Kart games because of the timer and the fact that it can sometimes walk around on its own, so it makes it inconsistent compared to the shells. I also sometimes found myself blowing myself up more often or not. I will say I think Double Dash has the most effective version of the bomb, but it's still only just okay. The Toads have a golden mushroom which works just like the golden mushroom in the other games. You get multiple speed boosts. In my opinion, the best characters item-wise, other than Petey Piranha and King Boo, who can use any item, are the Koopas because they have access to the 3 green and 3 red shells. The only problem is the weight, which I'll get into. There are weight classes into this game: heavy, medium, and light. Each character is representative of these classes, and there are carts for each class. The heaviest character in your duo will dictate which weight class you use. While there are strengths and weaknesses to each weight class, I found that dumb bullshit often happens while using lighter weights. Having a nice swim there, Joe? Now watch, I'm gonna do a shortcut. Oh, you needed a mushroom to get the shortcut. Huh? What the fuck? I didn't even get to recover yet.
Who's the item bitch now?
The game's animations and voice lines really added to the charm of this game. Characters taunt, balance items, hang off the cart while their skin peels off the hard concrete. This game certainly was ambitious with its tracks, and while some work, some don't. Dry Desert is just kinda alright, although I would say it's probably the worst of the desert-based tracks in the Mario Kart games. Sherbert Land, while an interesting challenge, just feels more frustrating than fun. Wario Coliseum is one of the most interesting courses I've seen, although I still think Waluigi Stadium is way better. And Baby Park is PTSD inducing, but in the best kind of way. However, this game is not perfect. While there are a nice balance of courses, I do feel like many of them aren't designed intelligently with the game in mind. For one thing, the control issues many characters can have with this game come from a lot of the tight turns that many of these courses have. As I mentioned earlier, the giant banana or giant shell can be unavoidable in certain areas. Take DK Mountain for example. For one thing, there are way too many ways to lose items in this game. The whole strategy of storing items between characters also doesn't really work all that well because you can just drop them at a moment's notice. The game also wasn't very well balanced, and I personally don't think that locking items behind characters was that great of an idea, and I'm glad they never brought that aspect back. I also feel the courses become too cluttered with items. I get that's part of the challenge, but this game really does get relentless at times, especially when you get up to 150cc. So what's the final verdict? Is Mario Kart Double Dash the best Mario Kart? In my opinion, no, but I can understand why someone would put it as their favorite. The hectic, fast-paced gameplay that is commonly associated with Mario Kart is here, but I personally find it to be at its most insane in Double Dash. The game is very innovative and unique with lots of great features that are exclusive to this game, so none of the newer Mario Kart games really make this one obsolete. It's also a lot of fun to play multiplayer. However, this game has a small map pool compared to other games. Even Super Circuit had more courses. While quality over quantity is good, this game has its fair share of dud tracks. There's also a huge lack of single player content, where you're restricted to only Grand Prix and time trials. I could understand maybe they didn't have the time to make bots for battle mode, but why the hell can't we play versus by ourselves? Imagine if you only wanted to play your favorite courses. Overall, Double Dash is a great entry to the series, and I could respect someone saying it was their favorite Mario Kart. It's certainly one of mine. Well, I guess that's it for Double Dash.
Finally, Reviewbot could have his consciousness back.
Wonder what other games for the GameCube I should try out. Wait a minute. They made Galaga for the GameCube.
Oh no.
I like Galaga.
I can stand you sometimes, Professor.
This looks like a fucking chocolate chip cookie.